All right. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome. It's Friday the 13th. Oh, Denise reminded me of that this morning, that it was Friday the 13th. I don't know. What is it? What does that mean to you? So, Friday the 13th, maybe that's a superstitious day. Denise made a comment that she was just going to spend the rest of the day in her pajamas because it was Friday the 13th. So, hey, you know what? More power to you. If Friday, it's actually kind of overcast today and a little cool. And man, I wouldn't blame anybody for wanting to stay in their PJs and maybe close to a nice warm fire. That's really a little bit about what the holidays are all about, is just enjoying all the fruits of our labor. And I just wanted to say welcome everybody to our live this morning. For those of you that are joining me for the first time, this is an interactive experience. It gives us a chance to go back and forth. And so, if you would like, make sure that you drop some comments in there. Denise is over there in the other room getting ready to go spend some time with the grandkids. And yeah, good thing you're not superstitious, right? So, she is getting out and she's going to go do, let's see, what is that? What is the candied house? I can't even come up with it. It's a house you put candy on and decorate with the kids. I know it'll come to me, and I'm gonna go. Oh, I can't believe I couldn't remember that. But Denise is gonna go spend time with the kids. So super excited about that. Oh, gingerbread house. There you go. Okay, so the gingerbread house. So she's gonna go spend some time with the grandkids and do a gingerbread house. God, I just don't know. There you go. See, they're all popping in here, Denise. Everybody's trying to help me out this morning. So, but good morning, everyone, and welcome to our live. I always love it when we get a chance to be together. It's Friday. We do this every Friday at 10 o'clock. The theme of our live on Friday is your weekly focus, where we get a chance to focus on the things that are important to us and really organize our life around the things that matter most. And so today, our topic is a little bit about creating a joyful time together and really finding joy in the simple things. And, I think so many times we get caught up in the day to day interaction of life, going to work, trying to earn a living, paying the bills, getting the kids off to school, doing all those things that we just kind of forget to take some time to enjoy the simple things in life. And it is, like I said, December 13th, Friday the 13th. And this is the time of the year where the leaves are almost all off the trees. We probably have a few more days for that to happen in our front yard. We have this big, huge oak tree. And that oak tree drops these little tiny leaves for the better part of a month. And my neighbor, don't tell him I said this, but he's got 4 maple trees that make a mess. And what happens is the wind blows all of his leaves into my yard. So he doesn't have to rake any leaves. I get all of them, Brent. No, and I don't mind. I love getting out there. And so, but this time of the year represents the changes in seasons. And I was kind of reflecting on that this morning, thinking about our call, and realized that the seasons are about transition, right? So, we think about this time of the year, the leaves are falling, the trees and the plants are all starting to go a little bit dormant, and it's because it's getting ready. It's transitioning for the colder weather so it can survive. And then what happens in the spring? The leaves start popping out again, and the weather gets a little bit warmer, and the leaves start to come out. And as we get to summer, and everything is in full bloom. And so I love thinking about this morning as we talk about finding joy in the simple things. This is the time of the year sometimes, for many of us, we've lost a loved one. Maybe we've gone through some traumatic experience. I know in my case, I went through a divorce many years ago around this time of the year. Many people have things, life events that have happened during this time of the year, and so these things are triggered by this transition. And Denise and I were talking over the last couple of days about, the life that we've had in the past with our loved ones, and there are transitions that have occurred, and those difficult times have brought in this transition the opportunity to create a whole new life. And so I think as we talk about joy in the simple things, realizing that there are things that happen in life that can really become an obstacle, and that obstacle, if given all the power, can take away our life. It takes away our joy. It takes away our gratitude, and we can find ourselves as these transitions occur and these obstacles happen, really stuck in a rut. Hey, good morning, Luana. And I think one of the things that I want to talk about this morning is how we move through these difficult times and we find joy in the simple things. And I know, many people. In fact, one of our coaches, oddly enough, one of our coaches whose name is Joy, right, posted this morning that her father passed away yesterday. And I know how difficult that is to lose a loved one. Sometimes it's a parent or a spouse or a child, heaven forbid, or maybe somebody that's really close to you. And this is the time of the year that triggers these responses. And when we think about it, obviously we grieve through these things, but grieving is a natural response to a situation that occur like that. And sometimes we grieve the loss of a job, or we grieve the change when we go from one home to another. And so grief can really weigh itself on us, wouldn't you say? And what I would just say is there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is joy in growing through these grieving moments and understanding that the obstacle is the way to finding joy in life. And actually, the journey in this process of overcoming grief and overcoming an obstacle makes us stronger. And you are stronger because of it. And so, anyway, I just felt like this morning, as we're talking about joy, I didn't want to start too much on a downer, but I think sometimes we get into this thought process that it's really difficult to find joy when we're so caught up in the struggle of grief, or the obstacle, or a change, or the transition. We get caught up in the transition and we forget to realize that there are things around us that we can find a lot of joy. I was thinking about, a couple of weeks ago in one of our lives, we talked about what we call structural tension, where you set a goal, you compare it to where you currently are at, your current reality, and then we begin to make small little incremental steps towards achieving that goal. And it is the things that we do each and every day over time lead us to reaching our goal. Well, a lot of that that we're talking about this morning is about, we want joy, we want happiness, we want accomplishment, we want success. And we find ourselves in this place in our current reality that we just kind of feel stuck. And I can just share with you at a personal experience. I've been coaching clients over the last 18 years through a health transition, that it's not the, eating healthy for one day that makes a difference. It's what we do each and every day. Or we think about going to the gym, right? You don't go from 100 pounds overweight and flabby muscles to being strong Mr. Fitness with a six-pack ab overnight. It's not going to the gym once that gets you there. It's the building strength over time and staying consistent in what it is you want to accomplish. So the weekly focus is all about narrowing our thought process for just a short few minutes every Friday morning on developing the strategies to help us move forward. So we're going to talk about finding and creating joy. But before we do that, I want to share a little video with you, and it's one that will be very topical with the season, but it'll be very mindful as we kind of move forward in our focus this morning. So take a couple of minutes.
I will never forget that cup of coffee. Well, a couple of years ago, I was traveling when my schedule worked out on Christmas Eve. I thought the airport was going to be a zoo, so I got there a couple hours early. It wasn't crowded at all, so for me, that means coffee. So I get down into my Terminal D, and I see the green sign. And when I travel these days, I always wear earbuds, so I'm rocking out to Coldplay. And I see the sign, I get in line, and there's one woman in front of me, and she's having a very animated conversation with the barista. She's kind of waving her arms, and they're both smiling and laughing. So I wasn't in a rush, but out of curiosity, I popped out my earbuds. And sure enough, they're going on about their holidays and their plans and the kids and presents, and she starts to move down the line. So it's my turn to order. And I was greeted with this very warm and sincere welcome. This woman said to me, "Hi, my name's Lily. What's your name?" I said, "I'm Ryan." She said, Ryan, what can I make for you today? I said, well, I want a grande pumpkin spice latte. She said, you want whipped cream on that, don't you? I said, yeah, I want the whipped cream. She said, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. She said, I'm gonna make it extra hot, load it up with whipped cream, sprinkle a little nutmeg on top. That's how I like it. You're gonna love it. I said, sounds great. She said, where are you going? I said, Cleveland. She said, are you going back to Cleveland to spend the holiday with your family? I said, yes. Now, at this point, I start looking around for the camera, right? I mean, I'm trying to get a latte. So I move down the line, and the conversation continues, and she's funny. She's asking me questions about my family and our holiday traditions. She's laughing, and I'm laughing, and she hands me my drink and says to me, Ryan, have a safe trip back to Cleveland. Go create some extraordinary memories with your family. When you come back through the Minneapolis airport, I want you to stop here and tell me all about it. As I get my drink, I start walking away, and I stop and I look back at this woman, and I think to myself, you know, it's Christmas Eve. Most people would rather be anywhere else in the world than serving coffee in an airport. Not her. It was like she was meant to be there. And I couldn't help myself. I had to go back. So I did. I walked back and I said, excuse me, Lily. And, you know, she jumps around. Ryan, is everything okay with the latte? I said, no. I said, the latte is perfect. I just had to come back and ask you, what is your secret to making such meaningful connections over serving coffee? Well, she corrected me. She said, Ryan, I'm not serving coffee. I said, okay, what are you doing? She had thought about this. And what she told me was, I'm pouring happiness into people's lives. I said, you're pouring what? Like, what is pouring happiness? And her definition of pouring happiness. She wants to be happy in her life. She wants to be around happy people. She cares about her customers. She wants them to come back. So she chooses, even on Christmas Eve, to smile, to have fun, to help people, to just be happy. Instead of just focusing on how to be successful, focus on how to be helpful. The other thing she understands and masters straight away is the very specific and intentional decision around how she chooses to show up, even on Christmas Eve. You know this. A lot of things happen in work and in our lives that are beyond our sphere of influence or control. She doesn't control the weather in Minneapolis. Trust me, I live there. All she gets to own is how she chooses to respond to those things. Decide how you show up. You know, it's interesting, when I met Lily, and she would have had no way of knowing this, but I was pretty heavy in the heart and had a lot on my mind. My parents, both retired school teachers, married 45 years. About 3 months before that holiday, I got a call from Mom. We got some really tough medical news about Dad. It was a terminal diagnosis, and we knew we probably weren't going to have a lot of time. So I was sitting in that airport on Christmas Eve, not in the best place in the world. I will never forget that cup of coffee. When you decide to show up consistently as the best version of who you are, it gives you your best opportunity to meet people where they are. And you never know when someone needs you to be your best.
Wow. I don't know about you, but that chokes me up. I spent 35 years in the restaurant business, and I know how important it is to make people feel really, really important, because you never know when you're serving that cup of coffee what's going on behind the scenes. I love what Lily said. I'm not pouring coffee, I'm pouring happiness, right? And it's how she chose to show up in a busy airport on Christmas Eve, and she made a difference in Ryan's life. And so when we think about finding and creating joy, Lily embarks on a journey to do just that. So when we think about going through the rest of the week as we get ready for the holidays, think about creating happiness and pouring happiness into other people's lives by the things we do. And so I would just encourage you. I mean, if you don't quite know how to move from where you're at to finding and creating joy. Here's a couple of ideas. Like Denise, she's getting ready to go decorate the gingerbread house. Thank you, everyone, for letting me know that that's what it was. But Denise is going to go over and spend time with the grandkids and decorate a gingerbread house. And I love that. Hey, good morning, Blanche. I love the fact that we get together with family this time of year, get together with friends. We decorated the house early so that we could spend time with family and friends. So basically, we're all decorated. The gifts are underneath the tree for the kids. We're actually just enjoying the holidays. And so, what's great about that is that we are creating and finding joy in this time of season. Think about hobbies. Think about sports. Maybe your favorite music. Ryan, he liked Coldplay. Denise likes Bruno Mars. I'm a Jason Mraz kind of guy. But find music and things that find you joy, and put on some headphones and disappear for a little bit. Maybe it's crafting, right? I know there's some quilters out there. Anybody this morning listening that's a crafter or a quilter? Man, there's just a lot of people that love doing that, or going for a walk, going for a run, taking a hike. A group of coaches are getting together next week, and we're going to go walk through the Fab 50s neighborhood in Sacramento and look at all the beautiful Christmas lights. Don't you remember loved doing that? Taking the kids, loading up the car, and going and looking at all the Christmas lights and the twinkly lights and things like that. That's a lot of fun, and we can find a lot of joy in that. There are actually neighborhoods that actually set up little hot chocolate stands, and as you're driving by, you can buy hot chocolate from the little kids in the neighborhood. Maybe it's a holiday fair or a holiday event. I know we have Apple Hill just up the hill from where we live in El Dorado Hills, California. And it's a place where all of these apple farms make apple pies and apple donuts and serve coffee and they have little gift fairs and things like that. It's just an amazing place to go this time of the year. Maybe it's getting together with friends for a cup of coffee. Maybe it's taking on a new project around the house, or maybe even decorating some ornaments that you can give away during the holidays. I know a lot of people are into baking this time of the year and baking cookies and giving it to the neighborhood. There are so many things that we can do to find joy in the little things in life and not let the obstacles take over what it is we're doing. So we're gonna put some things into practice. Ria, hey, good morning. I love it. You guys are all popping in this morning. Hopefully you are finding value in what it is we're talking about, because this is the time of the year where we can create joy in our life, or we can let life kind of distract us a little bit. But so I want to go through some practical things that you can do this week, and this one actually can carry you over into the new year. So here's the homework for the week, right? Is I want each of you that are listening either in replay or listening with us live to go out and purchase a daily planner or journal. I love one that does both a plan and a place for you to journal. And here's what I'd like you to begin to accomplish as you start thinking about creating a plan for the new year. One is every day establish a plan of what you're going to accomplish today. Maybe it's today's message to yourself. Maybe it's the top 3 things that you want to get accomplished, or tasks that must get done. These are, I got to get done. Or maybe people that you need to reach out to today. So establish a plan. I like doing that the night before so that when you wake up in the morning, you already have that plan in place, right? And then as you're going through the day and as you're getting these things accomplished, then at the end of the day, come back to that journal, come back to that plan, and reflect on the day. What did I accomplish? What joys and blessings were brought into my life, and maybe that I gave to someone else's life? Maybe there's some distractions that got in the way of you accomplishing the things that you wanted to accomplish. What were those distractions? And maybe, just maybe, tomorrow we can make some changes so that, I see I got a misspelling there. Oh, Denise is going to point that out. But yeah, as we have these distractions, what changes can I make so that tomorrow will be even more effective, more productive, and allow me to enjoy a life more? And then one of the other things that I this week I discovered, I was online and I discovered this, can't remember the guy's name, Um, it'll come to me. But anyway, he was sharing for free kind of a daily plan or a daily journal. And remember, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about time blocking so that you're efficient with your time and organized with your time and that you have a structure to your day. So put in the things that are important to you first on your schedule and then fill in the blanks of things that you want to get accomplished. And you know what? It's okay to have some blank space on your schedule. Don't fill up the day so much that you wear yourself out. But anyway, one of the things that he shared in this kind of daily structure, and I'm sharing some of these tips with you because I was really impressed by it, was that at the end of each and every day, uh, do a daily habit scorecard. And so what I would encourage you, and maybe take a screenshot or maybe reach out, send me a note, and I can send you this daily scoreboard. Actually, I can send you this whole daily journal, if you will. So if you want to just make copies of it, you're already a head start on your journal. But at the end of every day, you score yourself in terms of, did was I intentional? Was I productive? Did I manage to get through the day? Did I have enough energy? Did I make an influence? Did I get the necessities done? And anyway, I would love it for you to incorporate in your daily plan a daily habit scorecard. Remember, this is about creating daily habits. And so this is a really great scorecard for you to use, and I'd be more than happy to share this with you. And so, as we kind of wrap up today, remember, this is a really fun time of the year. And I would love it as we go through the next couple of weeks to have you come and join me every Friday morning at 10 o'clock. Hopefully, you're finding great value. We have 67 episodes of your daily focus. I can't believe we've been doing this for 67 weeks, and it's really exciting. So I would just encourage you, if you haven't done so, go to habits.yourweeklyfocus.com. Take the free daily habit assessment. It'll give you a score at the end and give you an idea of some habits that maybe you need to work on. Maybe it's health, maybe it's mindset, maybe it's career, maybe it's finances. It's a really good evaluation. I would just encourage you to participate in that. I know Cherie has taken the assessment, which is great. Also, we've just started your weekly focus newsletter, and I would just encourage you, if you haven't done so already, grab your phone, scan this QR code, or go to newsletter.yourweeklyfocus.com and enroll in our weekly newsletter. And of course, over on YouTube, I would just encourage you to subscribe so that anytime we go live, you get notified. It's always a lot more fun when we find everybody participating. And I love it, guys. This is an interactive experience, and I love the fact that we get a chance to come together each and every Friday and share our experiences together. So anyway, wow, it is an exciting time of the year. Oh, that music's kind of loud. I wanted to give you a little holiday cheer as we're leaving today. So it's December 13th. We have a few more weeks before Christmas, and then on to the new year. I just hope and pray that you have an amazing time with family and friends, that you focus on the things that are important to you, and that you find joy in the little things in life. I'd love to have you just share, if you want to share in a private message or a comment in our live, maybe some things that you are doing to find joy in the little things in life. I always love the interaction. I get a chance to interact with each and every comment. So I would just encourage you to set your calendar and plan to join us again next week for another edition of Your Weekly Focus. You guys go out and have a really great weekend. Happy holidays, everyone.